in the Commonwealth Club, where some years ago Captain Zaroug of Al Reem Company in Abu Dhabi and Enex sponsored the visit of the then Somaliland President Riali and Foreign Minister Edna Adan to London in their quest for Somaliland's recognition by the British government. At that time, as in our last video, we presented the clear view that Somaliland had amply satisfied all the criteria that international law requires for independent statehood. Second message, we want to focus on the practical matter of how to establish the most direct, efficient and transparent means for supporting Somaliland's economic development. We ask you to support Somaliland in the creation of the Somaliland Development Corporation. Let me explain why that's so very important for Somaliland's future prosperity and what it would achieve. Recognized state, Somaliland is isolated, not only because other governments will not deal with it properly and openly. Their legal systems also cannot deal with Somaliland in a satisfactory and effective way. This means that donors and companies cannot make proper bargains with the government of Somaliland. We know that support in the form of goods, aid and investment is directed to recognized institutions outside Somaliland. Little finds its way into Somaliland and is sadly minimal and insufficient to meet the needs of your people. How would the Somaliland Development Corporation solve this problem? It would do so because it would exist as a body that would be recognized by everybody. Others could deal directly with the corporation without compromising their attitudes to recognition of the state. The corporation would be visible to foreigners. At the same time, it would be transparent to the people of Somaliland, who could observe the direct benefits of its work on their behalf. As funds flow to the corporation, it would organize work such as essential infrastructure projects, roads, water supply, electrical power, health clinics, and the like. These would be competently planned and budgeted with emphasis on the maximum use of local resources. Describe how the corporation would be established. The corporation should be created as a company in a place with a neutral, predictable, administrative and legal system, with transparent company law and minimal effective tax rates, welcoming to non-resident business. One of the new international centers of the UAE could be suitable. Of the corporation would be to provide Somaliland with a recognized legal entity capable of dealing with donors, investors and markets. We suggest calling it the Somaliland Development Corporation. As a company, it needs a board of directors who would decide on the projects to be undertaken and the terms on which grants and investment would be made. The board would appoint the most highly qualified managers for the corporation's work, which could be organized and run from a convenient location, such as London. The board will be answerable to the owners of the corporation. Who are they? All the people of Somaliland, represented by trustees commanding the widest non-sectarian respect. These trustees will be the human focal point for attracting funds from and overseeing effective direction of the corporation's affairs to achieve the best results for Somaliland. The board and the trustees would meet separately, sufficiently often for effective control of the corporation's work. Details of each meeting will be posted to the corporation's website so that all stakeholders have direct access to the corporation's affairs. The Somaliland Corporation would then be the engine that generates the business plans, the project specifications and budgets that reflect the most urgent needs of the country. joint ventures and other commercial business activity by the state can have their shares held by the Somaliland Development Corporation. Foreign partners and investors will this way have confidence in knowing that their interests are properly and openly managed without the uncertainties of transient political perceptions or the uncertainty of pending recognition. So in conclusion, what this arrangement does is to create a clear means whereby aid providers, donors and investors can work openly with Somaliland. It overcomes the present situation where very little resource finds itself to local real needs. Somaliland has identified highly urgent needs for development. We can do this through direct transmission of resources to the trustees and the wholly owned Somaliland Development Corporation, acting for the whole of Somaliland. We commend this proposal to you all.